How was Bridget Bardot yesterday? On my bicycle. On a luscious spring day.
Can I call you Sister Bridget?
Do you have a priest collar for later? Mistress Marilyn might want to improvise.
The fur line and the unholy priest.
Desperate for a false idol to worship. I hope you don't drool tonight.
I don't drool.
You always drool. Every time I come over, I wonder if you're going to act greasy.
I thought about taking some pictures of you while you were sleeping. Your face in the morning light.
I thought you wanted me to help you blast out of your cave, but you're still acting like a hermit.
I've been doing my thing.
I thought your thing was taking naps. You posted a notice for a date.
How'd you know that?
I saw it.
I was goofing off.
You sounded pretty serious. Sensitive artist seeks dinner companion with strong conversational skills and preference for charbroiled salmon with a side order of roasted quinoa.
What's the matter? You don't like quinoa?
You don't want a dinner companion. You want a sous chef.
So I'm guilty of being human for wanting to meet someone?
Would you like this dinner companion to cuddle with you? Maybe later in the evening? As the candles slowly burn down to smear your lonely floor in hot wax.
I thought you liked my floor.
That's my favorite thing when I come by to crash.
I've always been jealous of my creaky floor. The way your skin sinks down and melts into the wood.
Is that what gets you going? My skin melting?
Wait a minute. Why were you checking out the listings? You sound jealous.
Sounded a lot like me, the chick you were looking for.
The other day, I saw some nuns flying down the sidewalk, all covered up in heavy, coarse fabric.
The coarser, the better, huh?
Somebody said they were praying for world peace. I didn't know whether to laugh or cry.
Did you chase after them? Ask them to beat your knuckles with rulers wrapped in sandpaper? Mean, rough sandpaper. Damn choppers up there, hovering above us in the noisy sky day and night.
What are they looking for? A new place to buy donuts?
Always checking us out, making sure nothing gets out of hand in the neighborhood.
Looking for signs of the enemy?
Depends on who you think the enemy is.
The incident on the bike path along the Hudson?
Times Square, in one of the subway tunnels.
Any explosions?
The guy with the bomb, he sort of blew up.
Who the hell goes there anyway to Times Square? To see what? The Wax Museum? Maybe the $10 penny arcade? Hell, at least the water's okay.
The power plant above the city, something happened. Radiation.
Leakage into the river from the plant?
The patrols ought to worry about that stuff instead of us.
But we're not the enemy, are we?
I saw them get somebody last night. I almost tried to step in.
The patrols? You better not say anything or call attention to yourself. You better not say anything. You better not say anything. You better not say anything or call attention to yourself. You better not say anything. You better not say anything.
So tell me, Mr. Caveman, what's up?
Watch out. He gets defensive about caves.
Maybe tonight will be your chance to be a silly thing.
And stop being a hermit.
Hey, I go outside. Well, just the other day
What, to take out the trash?
One day, I was told my laughter had made Christ suffer on the cross. I was instructed to place my hands on the sister's desk until she finished beating my knuckles with a ruler wrapped in sandpaper that would scrape the skin off my hands, my tender, tormented hands. They wanted me to feel guilty for making Christ suffer. But what did I do?
Sounds like you didn't do much of anything. Maybe that's been the problem.
So tell me, Mr. Caveman, why do you want to take my picture?
Why did Van Gogh do his thing?
Please don't hack off some of your flesh. At least not in front of us.
Hey, how do I look? Does this give you any ideas, Mr. Cub Scout?
Could I join your church?
I think he's feeling the urge to pray.
Will you put my picture in your wallet? Or maybe rest it on your altar next to the dear baby Jesus?
You sound like the nun at my grammar school. She'd always beat my knuckles.
And you're still thinking about her.
You're still thinking about her young body underneath big, heavy fabric, coarse fabric, pressing up against her.
It may have crossed my mind.
I bet that's all you think about.
You've got me thinking. You make a pretty good nun yourself.
So what's your thing? Besides looking like a bug-eyed Cub Scout, can you walk and talk, chew gum, something?
He's a make-believe priest, and he drools a lot.
Please don't say that.
Don't knock it. It's always been a big crowd pleaser at the back room.
Drooling?
Can you go for significant periods of time?
Don't say no. I've seen otherwise.
You like the idea of being a priest in a confessional booth, huh? Pretending to hear the sins of a wayward milkmaid, but really wanting to spend every precious second touching her.
I wish the nuns had talked that way.
I bet you still feel guilty about the death of Christ.
The nuns, they zapped my brain when I was a kid. My innocent little baby brain.
You want to beg a nun for forgiveness, don't you?
I've committed no sins. What's there to forgive?
But you still have a thing for the confessional booth.
Especially if he's got some milkmaid in there, recording her with his hidden camera. I remember before things changed, when there were sunsets, when the air was bright and luscious, and the gentle breezes against my face, like a magical spell had fallen from the sky, when this town could look like an emerald city, like everyone was moving in a liquid light.
Damn, last night at the Mars bar, some kind of a raid. They zapped Miss Thing.
Miss Thing, with the snake eyes and lucky dice, took her away downtown.
They were drumming, the people from the Mars bar, chanting for peace,
Peace. Yeah, I've heard of that word.
chanting for lower rents, the whole bit.
Sure. Pupsy, Boogers, Boxcar Shorty, and Boo Boo with their fires in a trash barrel, while Mary Meathouse and Birdleg Nora move and groove.
Buddy Brad, too. He was dressed as a sunflower. They roughed him up, cuffed him, tossed them all in the police van. They even scooped up Charlie Bow Wow.
The one who's always at the payphone on Avenue B in his dirty overcoat.
Saying nasty things to housewives in Jersey.
Sounds like they're going after the downtown folks, the free spirits, the offbeats,
It's like an invasion.
like some kind of war. Could you help me forget the nuns?
Sure. Are you ready to rock?
I don't think he knows what that means.
I bet you like to watch, don't you?
Who doesn't?
That's it, isn't it? Looking, watching, staring like a damn fool. Why don't I take your picture? But let's make a slight adjustment to your look.
Do I get to return the favor? Maybe tonight?
Maybe not for a long time.
Listen, Heidi and I have been invited to a late night get-together.
The love-in, I thought it was going to be a secret.
A love-in? You mean burning candles and incense?
What, you don't like candles?
You won't be coming with us for that part of the evening.
Somewhere along the way, we'll cut you loose and you can drift off into space.
Like a used-up booster rocket.
Better than acting like a fuzzy little critter waiting for a pat on the head.
Like a puppy you no longer want. Like some kind of clown thing who no longer makes you chuckle.
Come on, Mr. Cub Scout. The night is young.